Hello again, it's me, Zina Arinze, the divorce reinvention goddess and founder of believeandliveagain.com, the post-divorce lifestyle service for female professionals, entrepreneurs and business women. I'm really excited about sharing my day 2 vlog with you as part of my 30 days business challenge with 29 other amazing women. Every day, like I told you in day 1, we share our business strategies, our personal stories, our challenges and basically how-tos to help you be a better person and a better businesswoman. Today in day 2, I will be sharing the 7 mistakes you must avoid or never ever make as a divorced professional woman. They include having sex with your ex. Yes, I've said it now. Sex with your ex is a big no-no. Viewing yourself or, how will I put it, analysing yourself based on what other people feel about you or people's opinion. Also, looking at your failed relationship or your failed marriage as a personal failure. Another thing is where you think, oh my God, it's going to take me forever to ever find someone else to love me again or to get into a better relationship. Number 4 is using your breakup as proof that you're not right or good enough for anybody else in the world. Number 6, comparing yourself constantly to others. For instance, you may have family members or friends that are still married or in fantastic relationships and you think, how come it's working for them and it's not working for you? Number 7, letting your guilt consume you, i.e. you need to start feeling guilty and please avoid playing the blame game. Now let me tackle these a little bit more in more detail. As a divorce professional, I know you're probably feeling like your life is falling apart, you're successful at work or you are successful at work, you might even be a successful mom, but somehow your relationship or your marriage has failed. You may be disillusioned about it and really unable to come to terms with it, but it doesn't matter. The end of your marriage is not the end of your life. It's the beginning of personal growth for you. And you just need to know this. The secret of this, anyway, is for you to be able to let go and move forward. I'll be the first to admit that this is really difficult. It's one of the most difficult things you can ever do as a divorced person or someone that's come out of a relationship breakdown. But you need to let go and move forward emotionally. This means letting go of all the pain, all the hurt, all the bitterness that you have inside. It also means putting a lid on all the sexual urges that you might have or still have for your ex. You may find that you're no longer in love with him, but you're still in lust. I know you might be feeling embarrassed about this. I used to, but remember, you were once a we and now you're a me. So it's a completely different ball game. Now let's talk about number 1 mistake, making love or having sex with your ex. You might be lucky enough or fortunate enough and you're on speaking terms with your ex. That still doesn't matter. Don't ever make the mistake of having sex with him once your marriage or relationship is over. We all have urges, but if the relationship was any good, then you'll still be together. But if you end up jumping back into bed with him, it just says a lot about your self-worth. It says a lot about how you feel about yourself. It says a lot about your self-esteem. And also your personal dignity. One thing you must never ever do is see yourself as, you know, I can't get anybody, so I better go back into bed with him. You can't do that, because if you do that, you're going to regret it later. There's an analogy that I always use that I've taken from the Bible. Now, there's a portion of scripture in the Bible that says, a dog doesn't return to his vomit. So what I do is I think about a dog, then I think about returning to vomit. Then I think about it and I said, okay, why don't you try it actually? Think about a dog and think about a vomit. Give yourself a few minutes to reflect on that. I'm reflecting now, I hope you are. Then suddenly I go, ugh, a dog? Vomit? Me? No way. And that helps me to move on quite quickly. I hope you've moved on too. We all have obsessive thoughts about our ex every now and again, especially when you're feeling, maybe at the time of the month, you're feeling in a sexual way. But don't worry about it. It happens to all of us, even the best of us, unless you're a monk. But just move on. use this exercise as regularly as you can, and you'll see a marked improvement in how you feel about him. Mistake number 2, never measure your self-worth based on how people think about you or people's opinion about you. Never, equate how people love you or how, or your personal relationships or failures as a personal failure on your part. Instead, try to understand that your ex was not right for you. So just be happy, move on, and just thank God or thank whoever you believe in for no longer being in the unhappy, unhealthy relationship. You'll be surprised if you look at it this way. It will do wonders for your self-esteem and your self-worth, and it will help you on your recovery process. Number 4, I think I did number 2 and 3 together. Number 4, don't see your breakup in such a way that you think that no one else is going to want you or you're not good enough for anyone else. If you do this, you run the risk of seeing your breakup as a direct reflection on you as a person, and this will definitely do definitely do nothing for your self-confidence and your self-esteem. Number 5, don't think it will take forever for you to start over. I know what it's like, you're thinking, will I ever find anyone that's going to love me again? Will I find anyone that I can love again? It's probably going to take forever. I've been married for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I've been in this relationship for X amount of years. I'm never going to find anyone for me. Give yourself a chance. Forget about the self-doubt, the guilt, your insecurities and all that, because if you love yourself, people will love you too. The next thing I'd like to talk about is mistake number 6. Don't keep comparing yourself with others, like your friends or family members who are either happily married or still in a relationship. This is something I used to do a lot. I used to see women that I know for a fact are not very nice as people, and I used to think to myself, how come they're still in their marriage and how come I'm not? I gave my very best to my ex-husband. I felt I was the best wife anyone could be, but still I couldn't make it work. Don't compare yourself. No one's situation is the same. Everything's different. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. In any case, it's just unproductive in terms of your time. You're rehashing what could have been that really isn't. And in the words of John Greeley Whittier, for all sad words of tongue and pen, the saddest of these is it might have been. Number 7, don't let guilt consume you. Stop feeling guilty. Avoid the blame game. Sometimes we don't want to leave unhappy or unhealthy relationships because we feel guilty, or we're worried about the financial or the emotional or the social situation the breakup has caused. This is misplaced guilt and faulty reasoning. Don't let your limiting beliefs keep you in the past or in the present. You need to move on. Remember, you're not responsible for your ex's accommodation, for his bill payments, or even to make sure that his relatives still love you. Your key responsibility at all times is to make the best decision possible for you and your kids if you have them, which includes being strong for them after the breakup. Also, if you find yourself playing the blame game, for instance, you keep saying it was his fault, no, it was mine, or if I showed him more love, if I was more submissive, maybe he wouldn't have hit me, maybe we would still be together, if I loved his family more, maybe if I wasn't spending too much money, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, it won't do you any favors. It doesn't really matter whose fault it was. The relationship is now over. What you need to do is to move on. You need to forgive yourself, and that is really, 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 really difficult. I'm speaking from experience. You need to forgive yourself, and you need to forgive him, and give yourself the permission to be single, separated, or divorced. Now, some of us, well, most of us have rules that we live by, and we've developed these rules either from our personal experience, growing up with our parents, our personalities. And these rules keep us in a relationship or take us out of a relationship. One thing you need to know is that don't let rules keep you bondage. For me personally, one of my rules was that you stay married forever. I'm a born-again Christian, and as far as I was concerned, and the Bible tells me, you should, God hates divorce, and you need to be married forever. And the way I saw it in my head, that no matter what, it didn't matter what you were going through, whether there was adultery, whether there was abuse, physical or mental abuse, whatever it was, you you needed to stay married. Now, that's not what my Bible tells me, but that's what my limited beliefs told me. So I was miserable, my self-esteem was becoming battered, and I had no idea that I kept myself in a marriage and I had no way out. Anyway, for me, my story is much better now, and I'm fully healed, fully recovered, and that's why I'm speaking to you. But I'll tell you one thing, I probably still would have been in that marriage if he didn't leave me and file for divorce. Looking back, it was the best thing that could have ever have happened to me, especially in terms of the rapid improvements that I saw in my health, especially my physical health and my emotional health. And now I want to share the same thing with you. It's such a wonderful, empowering journey to uncover a re-energized or new you. I know that avoiding these 7 mistakes sounds easier than it is. To tell the truth, there are many more than these, but I guarantee you that if you start with these 7, you'll be well on your way to recovery and being able to believe and live again, just like I have. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog and it has enabled you to begin to reflect, release, re-energize and reinvent yourself for the essence of who you really are after your divorce or your relationship breakdown. Before I go, here's one quick recap. To know more about how you can really believe and live again post-divorce, please feel free to visit www.believeandliveagain.com, where you can sign up to our bi-weekly newsletter and also find details of our coaching and mentoring services, our forthcoming retreats and our workshops, our one-to-ones, our blog posts, hints and tips and useful resources. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow our journey at www.30daysbusinesschallenge.com for more daily business strategies, personal insights, challenges, life transformational stories, vlogs by 30 amazing women, including me, and I guarantee you'll never be the same again. Coming up in day 3 of my 30 Days Business Challenge are some of my personal insights as a successful single parent. I call it playing the single parent game. See you soon, same time, next time on my vlog. Bye.